Chapter 7, Lecture 2. First we discussed about administrative system in the villages. Now we discussed about literature. During the Rajput age, there was a lot of religious writing as well as literature of various kinds. Scholars and education received great patronage from kings. Now you see in this picture, Hemchandracharya is the very great poet. They Hemchandracharya and Siddharth Jaisi both are good associated with each other. Many literary works were composed in Sanskrit, Prakrit, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, etc. The great Sanskrit poet Magh composed the epic Sisupal Vad. This epic described the killing of Sisupal by Sri Krishna. Similarly, another poet, Sri Hars, wrote the epic Naisad Charit, which is about the story of Nal and Damayanti. Even songs by Radha and other gopis sung in praise of Lord Krishna were presented in a lyrical manner. The biography and achievements of the kings were also composed in a poetic manner. Hemchandracharya wrote Kumarpal Charit based on the life of the Solanki king of Gujarat, Kumarpal, and a grammar book also, Siddhem Sabdanushasam. As the title indicates, the names of King Siddharath Jaisi and Hemchandracharya are associated with this book. This book was considered so important that it was placed on an elephant during a procession in Patan. Now you see, not only poetry but plays were also written during that time. Bhavbhuti wrote Uttaram Charit, while Pandit Narayan composed Hitopdesh, a collection of stories based on the Panchtantra. Either your school or a nearby library must be having books containing collection of stories or folk tales. Here you see poet and author and their works. Visakh Datta, Mudraksha, Kalhar, Raj Tarangini, Bilhan, Vikram Dev Chand, Somdev, Katha Sarit Sagar, Chandbardai, Prithviraj Raso, and Merutunga, Prabodh Chitramani. Now, one administration system in the villages, literature finished, and now architecture. You see here too the Tanjavur temple and Khajuraho. Here architecture, on that time there is very good architecture. Among the various constructions during the Rajput age, temple construction is noteworthy. The Rajput kings were fond of constructing grand and artistic buildings. The architecture and sculpture of that time is evident from the temple, fort, places, lakes, etc. Among the temples, Khajuraho in Madhya Pradesh and the Puri temple of Lord Jagannath are famous for their architecture and sculpture. The Sun Temple of Konark was also built during that time. The Konark Temple was constructed with great fineness and was shaped like a chariot driven by 7 horses. Among the other Sun Temples of India, the Martan Temple of Kashmir and the Modhera Sun Temple of Gujarat are famous. A prominent feature of the Modhera Temple is that the first rays of the sun fall directly on the idol. The Ellora caves of the Deccan have caves representing 3 religions, Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. One among these is the Grand Kailash Temple. The Elephanta caves near Mumbai have a beautiful 3-faced sculpture of Lord Shiva. The Meenakshi temple at Madurai is famous all over India. The temples of South India are especially well known for their imposing gateways called Gopurams. After hearing about the fame of such grand temples, many foreign invaders came to loot them. The magnificent Somnath temple of Gujarat was attacked many times. So we learn about Muhammad Ghazni, who attacked so many temples in lecture 3.